Hello, and welcome to the latest video from Oakleigh Watches, where today I'm going to be talking about living for 7 days with the Rolex Sky-Dweller. So for the past 7 days, I've been wearing a stainless steel Rolex Sky-Dweller every day. The point was to just try and find out whether this watch is wearable, whether it's usable, whether you could actually have it as your only Rolex. Could you have it as your sole Rolex? Is it just an expensive, flashy piece of kit, or is it actually worth the hype? So let's get into it. So this is the watch I've been wearing for the last week. It's a 2022 Rolex Sky-Dweller in stainless steel with a white gold fluted bezel on a Jubilee bracelet. At 42 millimeters, it's larger than a Submariner, it's larger than a GMT-Master, it's larger than a Datejust 41, but it doesn't feel oversized. Yes, you have to have a biggish wrist to be able to wear it. My wrist is 8 to 8.5 inches, so hopefully you'll agree with me. I think it carries it off nicely. It's really nicely proportioned. I think Rolex have managed to make the proportions work superbly well. The blue dial, in my opinion, makes this watch. It absolutely pops. It changes in color from sometimes it's a smoky gray, sometimes it's a very, very rich blue. It really shines in the sunshine. And at night time, the chroma light absolutely pops against the blue dial. It really, really glows with a turquoise kind of a color. And if you get it at twilight where you can see both colors together, it is spectacular. So let's have a look at the technology behind this. This white gold fluted bezel works on a patented system called the Rolex Ring Command System. It's a 4-position bezel that allows you to change the time, the GMT time, the date, and the month, all with the use of the single crown. It's very, very clever. It's complicated at first, but you quickly get used to it. Let me just talk you through the 4 stages here. So we'll unscrew the crown. Obviously, at the first point, you've got your normal winding position. At the second point, with the bezel turned all the way to the right, which is your kind of resting position, that's the position where you have the bezel most of the time. On the second position of the crown, it does nothing. So that's your safety position to stop you from messing everything up. When you turn the bezel one position to the left, that's the first position. When you then turn the crown, it changes the date. So as you can see there, the date is tricking through normally. If you look at the bottom of the dial, at the bottom of the 7, there's a red mark. Now that red mark is on number 7. It signifies the 7th month. So it's telling us at the moment that it's July. When we change the date through all the way through the 30th and the 31st, you'll see that that clunks through and it changes to the 8th. So the watch is now telling us it's August. Very, very clever system. We change the bezel to the 3rd position and again turn the crown, and that will turn the hour hand independently of the GMT time. So the hour hand, normal hour hand, telling you the time against the markers there. The GMT time is told by the red arrow just underneath the Rolex writing, which is currently pointing to 23. So as you can see there, the GMT time is telling us it's 11 o'clock, and the crown is allowing us to change the hands to a different time relative to that GMT time. If we turn the crown to the 4th position, the hour and minute hands change with the GMT time. So this is your normal time setting position. Once you've set the time to where you want it to be, you push in the crown, screw it down, turn the ring command back to the 1st position again, and then everything is safe and good to go. As I said, the ring command system can seem a little complicated at first, but you do get used to it really, really quickly. The only tricky bit is changing the GMT hand against the time zone. At home, it's the same as any GMT watch. You quickly know what you're doing. So what's this watch like to wear from a comfort perspective? Obviously, it's big. 42 millimeters and surprisingly deep to house all of those complications and the ring command bezel system. The Jubilee bracelet makes it really, really comfortable on the wrist. The Oyster, I think, feels a bit more substantial and a bit more sporty. I prefer the Jubilee. It's very, very comfortable. Now, for such a big watch, the weight is actually balanced really beautifully on the wrist. Somehow they've managed to get the proportions and the weight distribution right on this watch. Unlike some watches, maybe the Deep Sea Sea Dweller, maybe the Planet Ocean XL chronograph, they are really, really large watches. And I find that the weight of those watches can carry forward a little bit and not be as nicely distributed as you would want it to be. It's a characteristic of the watch rather than a failing. For me, I think the balance of this watch is better. The other great thing about this bracelet is it has the Easy Link system. So at the 12 o'clock side of the clasp, if you pull, it gives you an extra 5 millimeters, and then you just push it back in again, and it shortens by 5 millimeters. For me, with a watch that is relatively weighty, it's important that it should fit quite snugly to the wrist. I wouldn't want a watch of that weight slopping around. So the ability to add or gain 5 millimeters in a matter of a couple of seconds with that really brilliant Easy Link system is a godsend. So what's been the public's reaction to the Sky-Dweller? I genuinely have found this one of the most surprising things. I'm fortunate to wear luxury watches every day, and having done so for many, many years, I can absolutely guarantee virtually nobody ever notices them, which is the way it's supposed to be and the way you want it to be. I've said many times, this is not about what other people think about what's on your wrist. It's about what you think about what's on your wrist. It's about when you look at a watch and go, oh, I love that. That's why you're wearing it. It's not about what other people think. So for me, the fact that people very, very rarely notice or ask what I'm wearing on my wrist is a good thing and completely expected. This watch has gathered more attention over the last 7 days than anything I can remember wearing for years. Not from passers-by, not from people in restaurants, not from friends who are not watch people, but from other watch people. I've sat with 4 customers over the last week who have gone, "Oh, you got a Sky-Dweller on your wrist?" That's really, really unusual. So for me, this is a watch that watch enthusiasts will notice and nobody else will. It's clearly a watch lover's Rolex. It's clearly an if you know, you know kind of a deal. And I found that quite good. It sparked some really nice conversations, actually. If you're a serious traveler, the Sky-Dweller was clearly designed for you. It has the GMT function, it has the date and annual calendar function. Unlike most normal date watches, the annual calendar function adjusts itself for months with 30 and 31 days in. So the only month of the year that you have to manually adjust it is February to change it for 28 or 29. It knows that June has 30 days. It knows that July has 31. Pretty clever. So let's take a closer look at this watch again, just while we discuss whether it's worth the money. It's clearly beautiful. The color of the dial is glorious. The white gold bezel just catches the light. The Jubilee bracelet, I think, sets it off. I think it improves it over the Oyster. This is the highest price point for a stainless steel Rolex that there is. The Sky-Dweller at its base level costs more than the Daytona, cost more than the Land Dweller, the GMT, everything else. The base level retail price for this watch is currently £14,800. It's £14,950 on the Jubilee, and they go up to over £54,000 in rose gold on a rose gold bracelet. That price point is punchy. You can buy an AP, you can buy a Patek, you can buy all sorts of things for £16,000. You could buy a really, really nice Submariner or a really, really nice Datejust and have a holiday for the difference. So it's a lot of money. Is it worth it? Well, for your 15 or 16,000 pounds, you're getting the most technologically advanced watch that Rolex have ever made, beautifully crafted, works absolutely flawlessly. It's comfortable, and it's not something that you're going to see very often. They are far less prevalent than a Daytona, obviously way less prevalent than something like a Submariner or a GMT Master is ever going to be. So after 7 days with this Rolex Sky-Dweller, what conclusions have I come to? I wanted to ask myself a couple of questions. The first is it wearable? Is it usable as a comfortable watch? Or is it just a flash statement of what Rolex can actually achieve technologically? Categorically, this is a wearable watch. The weight is balanced beautifully if your wrist is big enough. The functions are fantastic. It's sufficiently under the radar when you want it to be. It's sufficiently interesting when you want it to be. It's definitely a comfortable wear. The second question, could this be your only Rolex? If you only had one, you have to choose one. Could it be this? Yes, definitely it could. This watch will dress down with shorts, jeans, boots, trainers, whatever. It would dress up and you could wear it with a dinner jacket. It's a great looking thing across whatever you want it to do. This could definitely be your one watch. So, the $64,000 question, would I choose it as my watch? Would I want to own a stainless steel Sky-Dweller? I'll tell you the truth. We sold this watch last night, and this afternoon it's off to a new owner who is undoubtedly going to absolutely love it. And I'm disappointed. If we hadn't sold this watch last night, I would definitely have kept it. I want to own one, and the next time one comes along, it will be mine and it will be staying. I think it's beautiful. I think it's really comfortable. I think it's a superb statement of what Rolex can do. Most importantly, every time I've looked at it on my wrist over the last week, it's really made me smile. That's what does it for me. And if that's what does it for you as well, I strongly recommend you check out a Rolex Sky-Dweller at the earliest opportunity. I hope you've enjoyed that. Please like, please share, please comment. Even if you disagree with what we say, if I've missed something out you thought should be there, those comments are really, really helpful. Let us know if you think the Sky-Dweller could be the one watch for you. If not, what would you prefer? What would you had instead? We really love to read the comments. We respond to all of them, and they're really, really helpful. So thank you for that, and we'll see you next time.